developed chiefly by Admiral Rouse in the 1850s and 60s, and it shows what a remarkable piece of work it is. That it's still in its largely untinkered with
160 years later, yes.
Which shows you what an amazing piece of work it is. But I don't generally use it. I say, at Timeform they used to say that 3-year-olds are disadvantaged in the Eclipse and advantaged in the King George, which is normally 3 weeks later. We've had recent experience whereby 2-year-olds have profited in the Nunthorpe, haven't they, when they've had a load of weight. There was a case in the jump season, which I know Steve's email doesn't pertain to, about 4-year-olds in chases getting loads of weight. But I don't tend to use it as a say of like, well, that's a 3-year-old, it can't win. I tend to look at, like most other people, at the private ratings, and if there's someone who thinks, RPRs are my favourite, I think that's not to in any way to discredit the others, but I think that RPRs are very, very good. Okay. And if they would say a 3-year-old's got a good chance against 4-year-olds, one thing I would look at more than the weight for age scale is actually statistics. I'm not really a slave to stats, but I think it's quite interesting if someone says, by the way, 3-year-olds have got a really ropey record in that race.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe we'll return to that subject a little later in the programme. But they are going down for the next at Kempton. This race sees the 2-year-olds in action, and there they are, right on cue. That was Standing Bear going through the shot in the Henry Ponsonby colours. Bay Laurel is the absentee, number 9, so a field of 10. Once again, we're over 6 furlongs as we were for the opener. Glass Office is 4 to 11 from 2 to 5. Jamie Spencer, Isa Stanham, Fitri Hay and David Simcock. Classic Art at 13 to 2. Secret Symphony at 12's chance with Typhon. Magic Channel at 14 to 1. Standing Bear at 20s. Dancing Chief at 40s. Harrogate Fair is also a 40 to 1 chance with Marguerite Saint-Just. And Dashing Storm is the outsider at 50 to 1. He's pretty prohibitive, Glass Office, but there was a lot to like about his debut. The observation I would make, and you can't really tell from either the latter stages of the Haydock race and that brief shot of him, but I was at Haydock when he ran, and he is a physically imposing individual. He really took the eye pre-race at Haydock. Yeah.
I'm surprised he's quite as short as he is, and that he opens 2 to 5 and people back him at that. In the end, he's beaten about a length, isn't he? Morawij is one of a quite steady stream of Roger Varian 2-year-old winners. Fraserburgh was second there. That was I don't want to get into sort of physiology of the horse, because it really is an area where I would be bluffing. But
no, it's just an observation I make, having seen him.
He seemed to sort of hit the ground quite hard.
There, ran
he?
around a bit, didn't he, through greenness, I suspect.
I wouldn't. Again, I'm bluffing here more so than usual, but I wouldn't be surprised if maybe the ground that time was a little bit lively for him. I don't know. Just maybe that'll prove to be nonsense. But
it's about the only time this summer the ground has been quick, wasn't it? It was that brief 10-day period in late May when
that's right. I had a week's holiday. It was actually sort of too hot for me. I'm not a lover of hot weather, but this has been an unrelentingly almost depressing summer. Yeah, he sets the standard, doesn't he? David Simcock's horses normally progress first to second. I'd say he looked a bit more streetwise than many Simcock runners first time, but he's obviously he sets the standard of for those that have already run, which means that the 2 newcomers have got a fair standard to aim at as well.
I thought outside of the favourite, who clearly is going to take the beating on the evidence of that one, I thought Typhon might be interesting, because I thought there was some promise in his course and distance run just under 3 weeks ago, and he looked quite green at various stages of that race, I felt.
Yeah, he did. It looked as though he would improve from that. Again, David Lanigan's horses, I suppose, tend to as well. So, yeah, what is he? 11 to 1?
He's 11s, yeah, collecting a point. It's a fairly static market, in truth, isn't it?
quite interested, Stuart, with the Alan Jarvis Dancing Chief. It's a 40-1 shot. When Alan had a winner at Epsom in April and said he had a really good bunch of 2-year-olds to look forward to. So this one evidently isn't fancied, despite being bred along quite speedy lines.
Mm-hmm.
Be quite interesting.
Right sort of owner as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Chris Shankland, he's had horses with Alan for
absolutely.
years and years,
yeah.
hasn't he? The one that's taking a bit of loading at the moment is Harrogate Fair. He does have the benefit of previous experience, having run twice. Maybe he's decided that was enough. He's certainly looking a little less than keen. So on the face of it, a good opportunity for Glass Office on the back of the one run. It looks that
way, doesn't it?
Mm.
You know,
Typhon to sneak into a place for me, I think.
Yeah.
Should we go to the track?
We've just got one Ponsonby horse to come in. No, we've got. Yeah, I think the cat can take it from here, can he?
I think he probably can. I'm sure he. What's the one that's getting a bit edgy? Magic Channel, just playing up a little. But let's head back to Kempton and rejoin Mike.
Yeah, just watching him, Magic Channel, Stuart, he nearly sat down there in the stalls, which wasn't be good. So stalls handlers keeping hold of his tail, all for the horse's benefit and the jockey's, obviously. In the background, Eddie Ahern on Classic Art, second favourite, Standing Bear in the foreground together there with Secret Symphony, and Dancing Chief and the Shankland colours about to go in. So just the last two to go in. Secret Symphony to make up the line here, drawn number 2 on the inside. They're set now. And they're off and racing, leaving the stalls awkwardly. Dashing Storm just went out to its left. They race over 6 furlongs here for this Betfair sponsored maiden, and the favourite Glass Office got into a good stride almost immediately. Typhon is up there in second place. But moving round the outside to dispute and take over the running now is Marguerite Saint-Just and Seb Sanders taking on Glass Office. The grey races in second, Typhon third, Secret Symphony. Then Harrogate Fair. The yellow jacket on the outside is Magic Channel, followed on the inside by Dashing Storm, pink cap held up on the rail there. Pushed along is Standing Bear in the white jacket as they come down to the halfway point. And at the back of the field, it's Classic Art disputing it there with Dancing Chief in the black and white colours. Down the home straight they come. The grey there on the near side, the pink jacket, is the odds-on favourite, Glass Office, and Jamie Spence, who's cruising at the head of affairs now as he takes over, passing the 2. From the weakening Marguerite Saint-Just. Secret Symphony is trying to go with the favourite. Jamie, though, just lets out a little bit of rain, starts pushing along now. Glass Office shaking off the challenge of Secret Symphony in pretty emphatic style. Jamie just checking both shoulders. Glass Office will land the odds in the manner you'd expect him to, and looks the colt of promise. Glass Office too good, looks class. In second place then was Secret Symphony. Back in third, 5 lengths away, was Typhon, and then behind these was Dashing Storm on the inside of Marguerite Saint-Just.
Glass Office on the back of that promising display at Haydock in May has landed the odds here and done so quite comfortably in the end under Jamie Spencer for Stan and Fitchery Hay and David Simcock. Secret Symphony stepping up on his debut effort, the Saki Secret colt, to fill out second, although readily left behind by the winner late on. And Typhon, who's run green again, but he kept on quite stoutly to fill out third. They've come home here at wide margins, Dave, and there's a fair spread of ability on show, but I don't think there's much doubt that Glass Office is quite a useful prospect.
Yeah, well, he'd run well first time, hadn't he, with plenty of promise at Haydock, and he's confirmed that here. He leads from the gate, but pretty soon afterwards it's Marguerite Saint-Just, whatever, daughter of Sir Percy, Olivia Maylam, who leads. Once again, Typhon doesn't look the finished article. Once pressure is applied, treads water for a bit, and then actually finishes okay to take the bronze. Pushed along there in the Ponsonby colours, you can see Standing Bear. Wasn't conspicuous promise, I'm afraid, from Dancing Chief, who's just being pushed along in rear in the white and black. Keeps on okay, but nothing too inspiring for the immediate future. Here, if you just had 11 grand to win 4, you'd be slightly disconcerted by the fact that quartered cap of Secret Symphony appears to be going with you, passing the furlong pole. But once Jamie Spencer does give Glass Office the office,